I don't think I ever could have gotten this experience at an on-the-job training site. MCTI is really special in that regard.
The Michigan Career and Technical Institute is one of 7 in the entire nation. We started in the 1930s as a summer camp established by the Kellogg's for disabled children. When World War II broke out, this facility was used as a U.S. Coast Guard training camp. And then when our service members returned back from the war, we became a vocational training institute and we trained veterans. As we evolved, we were able to expand that role and serve a multitude of people throughout the entire state of Michigan who have barriers to employment. So we are funded through the federal government, through the Rehabilitation Services Administration, and then also by the state of Michigan. So we can offer trade training, hands-on, and registered apprenticeships.
Michigan's a very strong manufacturing state. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of vacancies where people are retiring. They need young men and women to fill these jobs. So, and our students come from all over the state. They get referred through MRS.
MRS is a program in Michigan that helps those with barriers to employment to find work. And that includes job training, such as the kind that we have here at MCTI.
So the main goal is, train students for entry-level manufacturing jobs. So this is industrial electronics, which covers, mechatronics, electrical, machine maintenance, train students for manufacturing careers and to enter electrical apprenticeships.
So you're learning about wiring up circuits, so like electrical relays. You're learning about how to use tools, so like mechanical fabrication. You're learning about how to hook up motors, so like motor control. You can use pneumatic or hydraulic trainers. You can actually do electrical wiring.
And I'm a big advocate of, working here, a big advocate of vocational training where you can put that learning into context. Where sometimes we're like in a traditional high school where you're sitting in a lecture, for an hour lecture, on a board. It's hard to stay focused and engaged, but with hands-on training, you put that learning into context.
Hands-on learning is a lot more intuitive. It just makes you feel like you've learned it, solidified it in your brain. Whereas just reading it and memorizing it doesn't feel like you know how to do it, but you're actualizing what you've learned.
Well, with the Amitral over here, they don't have us start with working on the building. They have us start small, giving us an area and time to fail and learn from it. From there, we get better and move on to the different stations where we improve our skills and learn.
Instead of just doing math in a book, you actually can apply the math with science. Amateur trainers where, like on meg drives, they talk about gears and ratios, torque and RPMs. Now they see why they have to do fractions, how they have to do ratios. When they're setting up the mechanical drive systems, they see where that relates and that connects. It's not just numbers, it's not just a fraction on a piece of paper. That's really what the vocational training, that hands-on training really gauges our students. And that's where they really flourish, and that's really rewarding and engaging.
The program has been pretty fun. I like using the trainers and it's very hands-on, which I enjoy a lot.
And it's nice having that interactive online curriculum, cover the theory, they'll learn about the theory, and they apply it with a skill. So they're kind of going back and forth, learning the theory, learning the basics, the fundamentals, and they apply that so they can really put that learning into context. They like, the videos and the simulations. They'll do the simulation before they do the hands-on. They get a little bit of background work, get a little confidence, and then they can do it with a hands-on skill. So the simulation is really awesome, the videos, just really engaging for the students. And I think, our new generation of students where they kind of grew up on a computer, so that's really their forte and they're really good at that. And I think that really engages them. When you add that with a hands-on trainer, so definitely a recipe for success.
Here at MCTI, I wouldn't call it, say, a school campus. It's a job site.
We really emphasize soft skills where students they wear their industrial electronics polo shirt every day. They come to class presentable. We have an attendance policy. I say the critical thinking, the problem solving, and teamwork are really 3 soft skills that really try to focus on and try to really, help students grow in that area. And on a job, you're working as a team. There's not, especially in manufacturing, I really try to focus on troubleshooting because, in manufacturing, you're gonna get called off the machine, something's not working properly. You have to troubleshoot, kind of be calm and collected, and kind of figure out what's going on. It's hard finding people for filling these vacancies. When they see that the students have had, hands-on experience, vocational training, they're taking people off the street that have no hands-on training or background. So they're really excited when they see that the students have been through, they know what a PLC is. They know about an AC drive. They've had some basic robotics, even some basic mechanical skills, hydraulics, pneumatics.
With everything I've learned here, I'm pretty excited to see what kind of jobs I can pick up. I've heard a lot of students here go into very diverse fields, and Michigan is a pretty big manufacturing hub, especially with things like Stryker and Pfizer. So the way I see it, there's a lot of good money in this, and there's been even greater experiences.